What's up, guys? So, got a few inches of snow last night. Pretty cool, pretty solid. First time since, well, last winter. Uh, anyway, so for anybody that's watched us over the years, you know that we've had a sled deck. Uh, got that last season, did a bunch of stuff to it. Fell in love with the sled deck concept itself. The ability to haul, load, unload without trailers. First off, no trailer registration, no extra tires. But just fell in love with the concept of a sled deck. So the sled deck that we have, there's some things that I would like to do better with. The only problem being is having the resources to do what I want. So with that being said, we're going to jump in the truck here and we're gonna go pick up a new sled deck. I'll keep the details down low till the end once we get it back, and then I'll go through and reveal everything. Go through why I chose what we chose, or we chose what we chose. But yeah, we're gonna go get a sled deck. See ya. Alright guys, so what we ended up picking up was the 2020 Marlon Xplore Pro 2 sled deck. Go over quick few reasons why we went with this deck. First and foremost, main reason is it was the only one within a reasonable distance available. I tried calling a couple other dealers for a couple of the other decks. One of them, Silver Lake. When I talked to their dealer, he was actually a little bit behind the ball, hadn't got his order in, and he said by the time that he ordered one for me and got it built, got it shipped to him, it wouldn't be there till the end of January, possibly the middle of February. Not a big deal, but ultimately, like, almost half the season gone. Just to not be waiting that long, especially as usable, as versatile as these things are. The next reason was just a lot of the features that the deck comes with. First off, the Xplore Pro 2 is all aluminum deck. Comes with the super glides and the super clamps already installed. The only thing that you have to install yourself when you buy this deck is the rear super clamp for your tracks. And the reason they do that is because everybody's sled's just a little bit different. You know, whether you're a Skidoo rider, a Polaris rider, Yamaha, whatever. That way you can adjust it for what you need on your sled. You know, it's not a cookie cutter fit as far as that goes. You know, in that case, it's a little bit custom. You got to do that. But they do give you everything for it, and all the instructions are there. I've looked through it. I haven't mounted it yet. Honestly, I haven't got my sled on the deck yet. So, more reasons as to why we went with this. The lighting setup. This is all pre-wired, set up, ready to go. The harness is long enough that if you needed to, you could go to the plug-in on the bottom side of your bumper. A lot of guys don't have, you know, necessarily the setup in the box that they can plug it in like a gooseneck. Fortunately for me, I have that set up. And that was actually one of the first things I changed after getting this deck, was they just had a regular 4-pin connector on it. I didn't have a problem with that, other than I didn't want to run an adapter all the time. The plug-in in my box is a 7 flat. So, took the original harness, cut it down some because it was obviously way longer than what I needed, and then rewired it for the 7 flat. So it's a direct plug no adapters, not have to worry about losing anything. It's all there. Plus, I wanted to be able to put the load lights on their own power source. I didn't want them piggybacked off the tail lights or the marker lights, which was how they originally had them wired and set up. It's just one of those preference things, like I don't want to have my headlights on to turn on the load lights. So, real nice though. 4 load lights up underneath, and a nice easy little switch right on the side. Very convenient, very user friendly. All in all, I 100% impressed with the outcome of this deck. I knew going in, like, this is going to be a quality deck. Like, it's, you know, this is what these guys do. They build decks, they build trailers, like, especially aluminum. They know what they're doing. But again, like, once you actually get your hands on one and you know, just installing it, you can tell that, like, the attention to detail is spot on. It's there. The wiring is clean. I love the storage of the ramp up underneath, which was one of the issues that we had running the homemade sled deck, was we didn't have the hangers built for it. And the plans were there to do it with our homemade sled deck, but availability and resources, and with the price of metal going up right now, like, it just wasn't going to be a cost-effective thing for us to do. So, plus there was a bunch of other things that I wanted to do to that deck to make it a little bit more user-friendly. I'll go over that in a later video possibly, as to why ultimately we switched over, but this one's just about the Marlon. The other thing is the LED bar in the tailgate, or in the end of the ramp holder. Absolutely fantastic. It's also set up and wired that you can put your truck in reverse and it lights up a white light. So I actually direct wired that into that 7-pin plug for my box too. That was another reason that I went that route. What else do we have? Side marker lights, again, a great addition. The in-box mounting, they give you a couple different options. They talk about using turnbuckles or drilling straight through the box and mounting it with bolts. I did not opt to do the drilling the holes in the box, for a couple reasons. This is a 2015 F350. Ford changed the box in these in 2011 when they came out with the new 6.7 body style, and the front of the box actually curves, and that causes an issue with how the front legs sit in the deck. So with where that curve is, where the seams are, for me to drill a hole and mount and bolt the deck to the box, I would be drilling into one of the welded seams of the box itself. Now, I didn't like that idea. Right now, yes, I do just have it ratchet strapped, but it is all 4-corner ratchet strapped. And that's another nice thing about Marlon, is they give you the tabs prefabricated on the legs to hook the strap in or the turnbuckle, to mount it right to your box. I know a lot of guys use the turnbuckle methods. I don't have a problem with turnbuckles. The only reason I didn't go with turnbuckles right now were the only ones around me available were all the eye bolt style. They weren't the hook style. So that posed a little bit of a problem. I didn't want any unnecessary excess hardware rattling around or anything like that. So I just went and bought a good heavy duty set of straps, strapped it in the box. No problems. This is the same way that we strapped our homemade deck in. I never had an issue, ran that for a long time. You know, again, just some stuff that I wanted to upgrade and go with. So overall, again, all in all, absolutely fantastic product. I would definitely suggest it to anybody. You know, nothing against the other manufacturers, Silver Lake, truck deck. Part of the reason I didn't go with the truck deck, which was another viable option, was theirs you have to piece together and bolt down. And I like the idea, but that was another reason why we decided to go with a sled deck like this anyways, was I was to the point that, A, with my resources and with my time, work, whatever, I didn't want to have to put something together. I wanted to be able to load it, strap it, and go. And for the most part, that is exactly what we got with this deck. So, you know, nothing against the other manufacturers. I'm sure they're all great decks. This is just what was available for us and what we decided to go with. I'm sure I'll be doing other modifications to it down the road. Nothing extreme, probably just putting like some rubber sealer inside so it helps seal the box up. But really, you don't get that much stuff in the box. I know everybody complains, oh, my stuff's getting covered in crap. It's minimal. Like, if you have a good nylon, like waterproof style gear bag, like, your stuff's not gonna get wet. I mean, so long as you're not just throwing loose clothes in there, you'll be fine. Um, but other than that, that's about all I got. Be sure stay tuned. I'll do a review later on down the road once we actually get some use on it. Things I like, things I don't like, which I pretty optimistic. There ain't going to be very many things that I don't like about this deck. I already love it and really haven't even got to use it yet. So, any questions, feel free to comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys out on the mountain.